We learned in today's Rambam in Hilchos Malveh V'loveh Perek Yud Aleph Halacha Yud Aleph about the takonas Geonim that metaltalin become meshubed to a chayf. In other words, even though midiraisa, like the Rambam says earlier in Halacha Zayin, midiraisa shibud is only on the karka, not on the metaltalin. But if a loive dies, so you can't get metaltalin from the yisayim. But the takonas Geonim is the metaltalin are meshubed to a chayf, and therefore you could be goiva from the metaltalin also. And this, as we said in the earlier shir, is a din that comes up over here by Malveh V'loveh. It comes up legabi ksuva, that the metaltalin are meshubed to a ksuva, and the isha could be goiva from the assignment. It comes up legabi gzela, that if a nigzal's metaltalin become meshubed to pay back the gzela, and therefore the metaltalin can be nigbe from the assignment. And al derech it comes up in the Rambam in Hilchos Niski Mamin legabi a mazik. That is metaltalin. It's all one takonas hageonim. The geonim were mesakin. The metaltalin also become meshubed to pay up a choiv, a ksuva, a hezek, a gzela. That was the takonas hageonim. That shibud extends to the metaltalin. This concept, this halacha, has a very interesting hashlocha, a very interesting effect. Legabe a different halacha in a very interesting way, and I want to discuss that b'ktsara. There is it's a Gemara in many places that you don't make a shavua on karkois. Whenever it's learned in Gemara that on karkois, on avodim, on shtaris, you don't make a shavua on certain inyanim. So Gemara says, for example, if there's a shuas made of b'miktzas, shuas made of b'miktzas, shuas min ha'torah. If a person is made of b'miktzas hatayna, so yichai b'shvua. What if that miktzas hatayna is in a star? In other words, there's a star on a person that he owes money, $10. And the person says, "I'm moided the $10, but I'm sorry." Someone says, "You owe me $20." And on $10 I have a star. So you don't swear. So one of the reasons the Gemara says because it's called a kfira and shibud karkois. Just like you don't swear when the time is about karkois, or the kfira is about karkois. When the kfira or time, when the taina, the hidor, the kfira is on a star is something that's mishabed karkois. So Mela is considered a hidah shibud karkois, and Mela is no shvur. The problem is that there's a couple of Rambams that seems to go against this klal. The Rambam says in Hilchos Ishus Perek Tezayin, talks there about a man and a woman who are arguing about a ksuva, and the woman says that this ksuva is only worth, and the man says the ksuva I only owe a meya, mona, and the woman says the ksuva is a din of masayim. There's different dinim of ksuba. Mol ksuba is mana, mol is masayim. And here we have the woman saying the ksuba is masayim, and the man is saying is mana. Zok the Rambam, you swear shvuas made of a mikzas. Zok the Ravid, shvuas made of a mikzas. He says shvuas hatere income shari kviras shibud karkois. This is the Ravid. The man and the woman are arguing about a star. A star is shibud karkois. If it's mishabed karkois. And Memela Chaptis, a kfiras shibud karkois, or Medon shibud karkois, and Mela is no shvur deraisa. But the Rambam said there was a shvur deraisa. Al derech say you have the Rambam in Hilchos Tein v'nitzan Perek Dal Halacha Dal, where there he talks about the case of the Gemara Bam Mitzia. He says, and the Rambam says, "Ein moide b'mikzas chay shvur, at sheyoide b'davar she'efsher le'lichper be." A moide b'mikzas is only chay b'shvur when he's moide on something that he could be koifer. He says, Mishatan Chaveri V'Yomar Me'edinian Yesh Li'atzlacha Chamishim Shebeshtar Zeh V'Chamishim B'lei B'Shtar. A man says, you owe me 100 dinner and 50, I have a star 50 now. And the guy says, no, I only have the 50 in the star. Says, Ram, ain't that moide b'miktzas? Shashtar lo toil by kfir rasei. Varikol nechosin mishubadin by afilu kafir by hayachayiv l'shalim. Fichach nish behesas ala chamishim. Rambam says there's no din moida b'miktzas over here because on the 50 that he was moida, it's ef shalich perbe. Fragnim mefarshim, and then is the Ravid also later in Tayv Nitan. What do you mean? It's patr mishvur kos akfir shibud karkois. The Rambam says another reason. It's a davar she'ef shalich perbe. Good, the Achronim say the Rambam means the din of halach, but al kapana the Rambam doesn't mention the svara that the Gemara mentions. That when you're moide b'chamishim shebeshtar, that's a hidah in a shibud karkois. So not by ksuva, and not by Malveh V'loveh, by the dinim of Meida b'miktsas, which the Gemara says that when you're Meida in the chelik that your Meida is on a star, it's considered a don shibud karkois and yipater b'shvua. The Rambam in both places doesn't mention that is a reason for Ptur. Fakir by the Ksuva, he says your Chai b'shvus made a mixes with the rice. And Malveh V'loveh says you're potter from the shvus made a mixes with the rice for a different reason, because you're made of a davar she'yav shalich berbei, but it doesn't mention the shibud karkois. Kasha from Rambam. Zogt der Magid Mishnah over there in Hilchos Yishus. He says, Pasha, Vani Eimer, like the Magid Mishnah, Shein Zu Kushya, on the Kasha of the Ravid. Shaki van Shaga'einim Tiknu, Shetig back Suva, and I'm Taltalin, Chazrak Suva, Sheina Kfiras Shibet Karkois Bilvat. Magid Mishnah says, yeah, in Midin HaGimora, what was Meshubit to a star karka? So Mele, the Hidor in Ashtar, or the Kfira in Ashtar is a Hidor or Kfira and Shibit Karkois. So Mele you put Mishvur. But once we have the Tekonos HaGeonim, the Rambam brought the Tekonos HaGeonim, Kama upon him, as we said in Malveh V'loveh, and in Ishus, and in Gzeil Aveda, and in Niskim Moment. So once the Geonim were Misaki, that Mitaltalin also Mishubit to a star. So now a star is not a Kfira or a Don Shibut Karkois Dafke. There's Shibud Karkois, is also Shibud Metaltalin. Say Bazay, you could swear. And the Mela that Rambam says there is a Shvus made mixes by Ksuva. And by Malveh V'loveh there isn't, because of a different reason. But Einochanami, once there's the Tekonos HaGeonim, it changes the story. A star is not considered a Shibud Karkois anymore. Azay gezogt the Magid Mishnah. Zogt have them the Lechem Mishnah dorten in Hilchos Yishus Perek Tazayim. Avani Tama Tuval Divrei Rav Mag. So I don't understand. He says, before Tekonos HaGeonim, a man had a star halva, and he wants to be given money from the leva. He can't be given from a taltalin. Of course, without Tekonos HaGeonim. The Tekonos HaGeonim came in and said you could be given a taltalin from the Yisayim. But even before the Tekonos HaGeonim, of course, he could give it from a taltalin from a star. And yet the Gemara calls a star shibud karkois. Farvos. Because Taki, you could be given a taltalin, but you could also be given a karka. So when you can be given both, it's called a kviras shibud karkois. So what did the Magid Mishnah say? That now that the Geonim were misakin, that you can be given a taltalin from the Yisayim. So now it's not shibud karkois because you can give him a taltalin, but you can still be given a karka also. From the fact that the Gemara called a star, a hidah in shibud karkois, although you can be given a karka or a metaltalin, is a raya that when you can be given both, it's still called a kfir b'shibud karkois. So why did the Rambam say that now? Why did the Magid Mishnah explain the Rambam that now after the Tekonos HaGeonim, a star is not a shibud karkois? It's a shibud metaltalin and a shibud karkois. Azay frekelach Mishnah on the Magid Mishnah is pshat in the Rambam, and he says unless you answer b'doichik, he gives an answer b'doichik, but he doesn't accept it. A famous kash. And sie steht in den verschiedenen Entfers. I just want to say one word. It's nicht kein eigenes Wort, an answer that's but a very avonadike word. Man sagt das from Kiveger, from Nachos David. I think really select in a Mishnah Lamelech. And the answer is Pashat. Before the Tekonos HaGeonim, metaltalin were not meshubid, period, to a star. Now, the Malveh can be goyver from the leva metaltalin, not because the metaltalin are meshubid to the payment. It's because the leva is meshubid. The leva is meshubid, so he has to pay with anything, with karka, with metaltalin, lashon gemara, afilu meglima dal kaspe. He owes money, so he has to give everything he has to pay the money, metaltalin or karka. But the metaltalin aren't meshubid. Even b'chayav, when the leva is standing here, there's no shibud on these metaltalin. There's a shibud on the guf haleva, and the mele dafrit sol and metaltalin of the karka. Masha'ein came what the geonim, but therefore if the leva dies. So from the Yisayim, you can't take metaltalin because the metaltalin were never mishubit. So the star is called shibud karkois because the only thing that the star is mishabit is karkois, not metaltalin. Metaltalin not mishubit klau. Though of course the levy could and has to pay for metaltalin. That's because of his chiyuv. But the metaltalin are not mishubit. The mela star is called the shibud of a star is on karkois. The geonim came and they were mechadish that the metaltalin are also mishubit. So the Rambam, that's news. Now a star is two things. It's Meshaber Karkois, it's Meshaber Metaltalin. So there could be a Chi of Shavua, mitzad the Shibud Metaltalin. There's also a Shibud Karka. A Shibud Karka doesn't pater a Shavua. But if the only shibud is on karka, so then you're patak potter shvu. And that's Pashup Pshat in the Magid Mishnah. And Bemis, I said it's leaked in a Mishnah Lamelech. I'll just finish with this. And that halacha in Rambam we read earlier from Teimanitim Perek Daled halacha Daled. But the Rambam says that a moide b'miktzas is only chayiv shvua b'davar sheyachal lichper. The male if he's only being moide and a chelik that's on a star, so that ain't a moide miktzas. Shtar loy toil bekfir rasa. You can't be kaifer. V'harikol nechasa mishubadin but. Dr. Mishnah Lamelech, why does the Rambam add harikol nechasa mishubadin but? Hashtar li toil bekfir rasa. You can't be kaifer in hashtar. So davar sheyav shelichper bei. What's in the geh harikol nechasa mishubadin bei? So the Rambam says, so the Mishnah Malach says, no, that's the Rambam means the word to the Magid Mishnah. That nowadays, kol nechasav are meshubodim to a star. Metalfalin also. So the mele you can't pater mashvua because the shibud karkois. Because kol nechasav meshubodim by even metalfalin late the takonas hagainim. And the mele, the reason you pater mashvua is only because hadavar sheyav shilich perbei, not because it's a davar of shibud karkois. Because now metalfalin are also meshubed to it as well. This is Taket Pasha the Pshat and the Rambam, how the Takonas HaGoinim changed what a star is not anymore a davar shibud karkois levad. Kol nechasim mishubadim metalfalin also b'meila shaykh as liyazan hashvua ilav other reasons like the Rambam says.